What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be showing you guys the new CBI Covert bumper that we have on our 22 Toyota Tundra. So this video isn't going to be a complete step-by-step install video. CBI will have that on their YouTube channel sometime pretty soon in the future, but in this video we're going to show you guys bits and pieces of how we put this together. It's basically everything that you need to know to put it together if you guys are doing this at home by yourself. But realistically, this bumper has been pretty awesome. We've had it for about 2 weeks now, and the biggest thing that I like the most about it is going to be these front tow hooks. As some of you guys know, and a lot of you guys who have commented in the past videos, the front doesn't have any tow hooks from factory at all, which is pretty kind of stupid, to be honest, from Toyota's point of view. But from what I'm hearing is that Toyota is going to include or add on a front tow hooks to their 23 models or probably 24 models. So that'll be pretty soon. But if you guys have a 22, this is going to solve your issue. It's going to add a little bit of armor to the front of it, so it can take a little bit of impact. You can also install a winch in here as well if you guys want, and use it as a recovery vehicle, or if you guys plan on doing any trips like overland trips. It's always nice to have a winch with you. And then of course it is steel. I don't know if they're going to offer an aluminum version. Maybe CBI might offer the face of the bumper to be aluminum to save a little bit of weight, but we won't know until that happens. But let's go ahead and get into this install. So this here is the current Tundra bumper, where at least the part where we're going to be replacing. So this bottom section here is where we're going to be replacing. So right here where the sensor is and where the small grill is, we're not going to touch that. So this bottom section here is going to come out, and then we're going to be replacing it with this CBI Covert bumper. As you guys can kind of see here, it's been here for a little bit. It's collected some dust already, but we are ready to install it. It's going to be two pieces. This piece here is the back piece, or the support piece. It will have shackle recovery points, so you can actually use it to recover yourself or somebody else. Now with the 22 Tundra, since it doesn't come with any tow hooks in the front at all, so that's a really nice touch that we're going to be able to have that now. And then this is the front piece, obviously, and then we got all the hardware. So let's go ahead and get started. So the very first thing we need to take off is this lower piece, which we'll be replacing. As you can kind of see here, we got it partially off already. So there are these clips right here that go into these tabs right over here, right there, that go into that hole right there. So we just gotta unclip it from underneath and push it through. After you have these bottom ones out, you're going to look right above that. There's going to be some more clips that you have to reach up and pretty much just unclip all the way across. So it looks like we have to take the entire front bumper off, so this whole thing will come off as one piece. We did get the plastic part off, which is right here. I'll show you guys where all those clips are at, so when you guys take that off. This one here on the side is going to be the most difficult one to take off. So on both sides there is this one that kind of sticks out a little bit, but the rest of these should be pretty easy to pop off. So here is the entire bumper. So like I said before, it comes off as one entire piece. So kind of crazy, but it's actually pretty easy to take off. But once you have it off, this is what it will look like. The main reason why we need to take it off is we need to take this crash beam off. So since we didn't get a chance to show you guys how to take it off, just because these guys were so fast, well, we'll just talk about it. So this top part here will have 4 screws. Disconnect any sensors that you have on top, and then on the side here we'll have a couple clips that will go here. They're not really clips, but they kind of grab onto it from here. And then of course, the fender liner on the bottom will bolt into these holes here. So pretty easy to take off. Any install shop should know how to pop this guy off. And then the part I told you was grabbing onto here. So next up we have to take this crash bar off here. So if you see any of the bolts that are holding it on, just go ahead and take them off. So next up we do have to take this skid plate, or what Toyota calls the skid plate, off. Then we will have to pop these plastic caps off because we will need to access that hole right there. Once you have that skid plate off, this is what it will look like now that we are ready to fully install the bumper. So that one is where we took the plastic caps off I showed you guys earlier. Next we will need to go inside this hole because there are a few holes down here that we need to feed the bolt through. So what we're going to do, we got a open end wrench here with some masking tape to hold the nut. We're going to go right in here with the nut on inside, and then we'll just feed the bolt through from the bottom, and then we'll just start threading it, and then we'll do the same for all of them. So we got this side on already, just loosely installed. Once you have started the 3 bolts on the bottom and then the through bolt there, you are all set to tighten it down. So we're going to start with the 3 on the very bottom, just to cinch up against this frame piece all the way up. And then if you guys have a little gap on yours, they do provide shims. There's going to be 2 sizes. There's going to be a smaller one, or a thinner one I should say, and a thicker one. So that way you can close up that gap if you need to. But ours is pretty snug all the way up to the frame, so we don't need to use any of the shims. But then you can go ahead and tighten up the bottom bolts and then the through bolt. Once you guys have the winch plate fully mounted, then you can go ahead and move the face of the bumper up here, and they'll just slide right over those shackle points like so. So next up, we got the bumper masked off. We need to cut basically around that part that we took off. So what we're using is this little air reciprocating saw. Now that we got the bumper cut, we're gonna go ahead and move it to the truck here. Basically put the grill and bumper back on, and then see if it'll clear all of this. We'll probably have to tuck this harness up and over. Alright, so we got the bumper seated in there. Let's take a look at the gap in here. Pretty nice, and this top part is super snug too, all the way across. Pretty snug fit with a tiny gap, which is what we want. Next up, what we need to do is install this bracket here. This is a bumper support bracket. There's actually 2 different ones. The other one has another slot here. I believe it is for the vehicles with the air dam that comes down. This one, being that it's an SF5, it does not have that air dam. So this is what it'll look like in here. So it'll attach right there, as you guys brighten this up a little bit. So to those 2 slots on the winch plate, and then it'll come over down to this little area right here. And then of course you can adjust it to get it lined up and then install your bolt and nuts. Alright guys, we are all done. Looks real good now. Now we have some tow hooks, and it is winch ready if we ever wanted to put a winch in there. But yeah, it looks pretty good and actually follows the body line of the factory bumper really well. And then of course they did add a few mounting locations for a light bar, so we can put it right there, right in that mesh area, which we'll probably end up doing. So All right, guys, that is going to be it for this video. Hopefully it was helpful if you guys are installing this or plan to install this at home yourself. But realistically, we just wanted to show you guys the bumper. We really like this bumper. It adds, of course, the tow hook, like I keep mentioning, but that's a really big factor that the 22 Tundra is lacking. So super cool there. We might end up adding a winch to this, or we might just wait until we get the full bumper from CBI. So we'll see what happens. But if you guys are new here and you guys are not subscribed to the channel already, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, turn on that bell notification, that way you guys get notified every time we post a new video. Every video we post on this channel is going to be about Toyota trucks, everything from trail runs to install videos to review videos, everything truck related around the Toyota community. So that's going to be it. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.